Niger State Deputy Governor appeals for peaceful coexistence among citizens. Stakeholders applaud peaceful conduct of local government elections in Rijau. Nigeria Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority calls on investors to explore the northern region of the country for investments in energy growth. Good to have you join us on Niger State Television News. My name is Hawa Ino Isa. Do stay tuned for the details of the news. Comrade Yakubu Garba has appealed to residents of Shiroro local government area and the state at large to remain peaceful, law-abiding, and cooperative throughout the electoral process and after the polls. He made the appeal shortly after exercising his civic right at Rafinkuka polling unit, Kuta, Shiroro local government area of the state. Speaking shortly after voting, the deputy governor lauded the peaceful and orderly conduct of voters and electoral officials, describing it as a positive sign of the people's commitment to deepening democracy at the grassroots level. He expressed confidence in the success of the All Progressive Congress, stating that the party's performance under the leadership of Governor Muhammad Umar Bago has continued to gain people's admiration. Similarly, Rijau local government area of Niger State has not been left out in the conduct of Niger State local government polls. The exercise, which was observed and described as a very peaceful and modest, had a wonderful turnout by electorate. NSTV correspondent monitored the exercise and now reports.
To ensure smooth governance of the people of Rijau, the elected chairman of All Progressive Congress, Abdullahi Duku, said that his office is ready to support the former Governor Bago on his policies. He appreciates the people of Rijau for their support and thanked the youth for their unprecedented support. He guarantees that his office will not be a disappointment. Honorable Duku said that his government will take adequate measures to include all parties necessary to ensure security in the community, adding that his office will focus on fairness, sincerity, and honesty for the betterment of Rijau.
As a local government chairman-elect, I think I want to urge every one of us to support Mr. Governor on his policies, and I thank God that people get to understand how we mingle with them, the way we understand their pains, and the way we understand how they feel when things come in other way.
The chairman-elect assured that there will be better education, security, and better infrastructure and improvement of agricultural mechanism. He added that his office is ready to support the governor on his agricultural reform.
The support I got from the youth, my colleagues, it is not unprecedented. Definitely, we have been with the youth mingling together, and alhamdulillah, the youth get to know who we are, and definitely, God's willing, we are not going to disappoint them. When we are talking about insecurity, it's a nationwide menace, you understand. Each and every state, especially from the north, has its own insecurity challenge or security challenge. So I think when we are talking about regional local government as a local government, we have been facing a serious challenge about insecurity, and with all hands on deck, definitely I know we shall overcome it. From the Meungwas to the Dagateye and Hakimais, we come together, know where the problem is, and how we can tackle it. Definitely, God's willing, when we come together and try to fish out, take proactive measures, God will do it for us.
The vice chairman-elect Hajara Kuri expressed a profound joy for the opportunity to serve the people of Rijau. Hajara said that she is willing to support the First Lady of Niger State, Ajia Fatima Bago, on the improvement of the social well-being of women and widows in the state.
I have many plans, many improvement, empowerment, and also progress for my women in my local government. I wish and I pray Almighty to continue and give me the success and ability.
The former Commissioner of Health, Dr. Bello Tukur, said that the election was a success and went smoothly without crisis. He appreciated the opposition party for their cooperation and understanding and advised the chairman-elect to include all parties in his governance to enable a united community.
We are one of those local governments where everything went smoothly, peacefully. I don't think even a fly has been hurt in any part of the local government. Despite our challenges, despite the nature of our competition, because we had a strong candidate, we were relaxed because we knew that we were with the grassroots. So it was very easy for us and everything went smoothly. We thank God. I want to take this to also extend appreciation to our opponents, because they also showed some understanding, and that's why everything went smoothly. Unlike in other places, where when they sense that they are going to be defeated, they start causing chaos. Here we understood ourselves and we allowed the masses to cast their votes, and the result is clear to everybody, and that's why everything is smooth.
Member representing Rijau Magama National House of Representatives, Honorable Shehu Sali Slu, expressed his profound joy on the election. He said that the elected chairman is honest and trustworthy. Slu expressed his confidence on Abdullahi Yakubu Duku, who he trusts to get the job done by bringing developments to the people of Rijau unfailingly.
I know Abdullahi Yakubu is a complete gentleman, trustworthy, somebody that we can defend, and I know he will do his best. He will try his best. He will do everything possible to see that he has brought developmental projects to the local government. He's somebody that we can trust and rely on, and I have confidence in him.
Susan Elami reporting for NSTV.
The leadership of the National Association of Niger State Students, NANIS, national headquarters under the able leadership of Comrade Ismail Abdelmalik Jagaban, the national president, heartily congratulates all the newly elected chairmen of the 25 local government area of Niger State on their well-deserved victories at the just concluded council elections. In a statement signed by Comrade Tijani Abdelbaki Abdurrahman, the chief press secretary to the national president said NANIS remain open to partnership with all local government council towards advancing the welfare and educational interests of Niger State students, both within and outside the state. He urged elected local government council members to prioritize inclusive governance, youth empowerment, education, and development-oriented policies that will uplift the communities. Meanwhile, the Niger State Ministry of Health, in collaboration with its implementing partners, the National Malaria Elimination Program, Catholic Relief Services, Society for Family Health, and Malaria Consortium, has inaugurated a security advisory team to ensure the safe and effective implementation of this year's integrated seasonal malaria chemo prevention and insecticide treated nets campaign across all 25 local government areas in the state. NSTV correspondent Jamilu Mohammed completes the report.
In line with the Niger State Ministry of Health guidelines, the integrated security advisory team will ensure the safety of health workers and materials during the upcoming integrated seasonal malaria chemo prevention and insecticide treated nets campaign across the 25 local governments area in the state. According to the ministry, an initiative is being implemented in collaboration with the key partners, including the National Malaria Elimination Program, Catholic Relief Services, Society for Family Health. The security advisory team will be responsible for the implementation of campaign which involves door-to-door mobilization, administration of prevention malaria drugs, and distribution of mosquito nets. The team will also monitor the safety movement of nets, respond to emergency, and prosecute any found with stolen material. While speaking to journalists shortly after meeting, Abdullahi Iman, Permanent Secretary of Health, said it is integrated campaign for the distribution of synthesized treated nets and malaria drugs for women and children, which will go across all the 25 local governments and wards in Niger State and assure of security of the items of easy distribution in the state.
What we're doing is an integrated campaign for distribution of insecticide-treated nets and malaria drugs for women and children mainly, but for everybody. So it's a very large project because every ward in Niger State will receive this net, about 274 wards, and during this time 3 million nets are going to be distributed. So Niger State government is in collaboration with all the partner Society for Family Health, CRS, and all the others is collaborating to ensure that this happens, and also happens very successfully because a lot of money has been expended towards it. So what we have done now is to inaugurate a security team to make sure that they advise us quickly if there are challenges, where movements should be done and how safe it should be done and when it should be done, so that we can do it very well and then there will be no any security issues. So what we have done specifically is to make sure that all the security personnel have been involved, especially internal security organizations.
Also, Fabio Odun Oloru, Chief Security Advisor, Society for Primary Health, said the collaboration with all the security forces for advice on their safety across 25 local government and wards.
What we normally do in every state that we implement ITN distribution is we try to create a WhatsApp platform of security advisory team, comprises of all the security agencies, the police, the DSS, the vigilante, and the army. Understand now? So their role is just to advise us. That is security advisors. For instance, now in Niger State, we have 25 local governments, and we know that some state local governments are security prone. We have Mashegu, Mariga, River, just to mention a few, understand now. So it's just for us, for the team. It's not for everybody, it's just for those security agencies to advise us on security situation of those LGAs. And moreover, we have all our personnel working in all the 25 local governments.
Also speaking at the meeting, Omobu Mahmoud from the Federal Ministry of Health said it is exercise to be taken very serious because it is a very good approach to malaria prevention, and also advise the general public to fully participate in the exercise.
It's a very good approach to prevention. One is the physical barrier against the mosquito, while the second one is a chemo prevention approach. The advice is for the general public to seize this opportunity for what has been done. They have been reached with e-tokens to enable them to collect the nets. Our personnel have moved from house to house to administer the medicines. So it's obvious that the only one where they need to put in more effort on their own part is when they get the net, they should use it as they have been advised by sleeping inside the mosquito net to prevent mosquito bites.
Tamilu Muhammad reporting from NSTV News.
For many years, cooking has been seen as a woman's duty, a household chore tied to traditional gender expectations. But today, that perception is gradually changing as more men step into the kitchen and more women pursue other careers at the highest level. Cooking is no longer about gender, it is about passion, creativity, and survival. In this special report, Abraham Bauer takes a look at the general expectation of cooking. The report.
Cooking has often been seen as a woman's responsibility in many societies, while men are expected to stay away from the kitchen. However, in modern times, this idea is changing, but men and women are now participating equally in cooking, whether at home or professionally. Cooking is no longer based on gender, it is a life skill everyone needs. Men are now enjoying cooking for their families, and many women have become top chefs in hotels and restaurants. Television shows cooking competition, and social media have also encouraged both genders to take part in cooking. Schools and parents now teach children, regardless of gender, that cooking is an important part of daily life. In an interview with Rebecca Ayomide John, she said she did not think women are only meant to cook. She added that cooking is a necessary survival skill a man should have, and not a gender role specifically for women alone.
Men are not only meant to be cooking. It applies to both men and women. As a guy, don't just assume that it's only your wife that's meant to be cooking. At least once in a while you can help her. So therefore, guys are also meant to learn how to cook. Even for your own personal self, you don't need a lady to come and cook for you before you can be okay or get things to buy always. You can just learn how to cook and you'll be fine.
Also, Musa Adamu said cooking is a gender role, but he said as a man it is not okay to leave all the house chores responsibility to his wife. He further stressed that even if he thinks cooking is a gender role, he feels men should do domestic work to facilitate women activities in the house.
It's a man who is reasonable, religious wise. It's not just it's not okay for you to just leave every responsibility to your wife.
Yeah.
Me being a Muslim, my prophet teaches me that you have to assist your wives in terms of domestic chores. Yeah. You understand? You have to assist them in doing some domestic chores. So the role of cooking is for a woman, but there are situations whereby you as a man have to assist. For example, like pounding in the kitchen. It's all part of the romance. If you claim that, okay, you are being romantic, you have to go to the kitchen. When she's trying to slice the onions or she's trying to boil the meat, you help in slicing the onions. When she's trying to do that, there are times that she won't be able to do some of these things. You have to help out.
In a separate remark, Sadia Abdul Kadir and Ahmed Ibrahim both say cooking is not also a gender role, only saddled to women, and therefore said that men should normalize helping women in the kitchen.
For me, cooking is not a gender role, but to some extent it can be due to some factors. But if a man decides or willingly to help his wife, it's not it. But it is not a gender role.
I don't think cooking should be something that is confined only to one particular gender, like male or female. But I think it is just the society that is giving that kind of role to maybe women, but I don't think so. For example, if you go to so many restaurants that we have, big cities or big restaurants and hotel and so many restaurants like that, you can find a lot of chefs there. There are men, there are men that can do more palatable goods.
Cooking beyond gender role promotes equality and understanding. It helps break stereotypes and encourage everyone to share household duties. Cooking should be seen as a skill for all, not a role for specific gender. Abraham Bauer reporting for NSTV News.
Kulikuli is called groundnut cakes or peanut cake in English, though it is also known as groundnut bars or peanut bars. The name comes from the Hausa language, where it originated and is accepted across the globe. It can be eaten alone or with gari, pap, and can be used for mixture of suya and kilishi if grounded. In this special report, Ramatu Musa takes a look at the importance of health benefits of kulikuli. The report.
Kulikuli is accepted across the globe. It is often eaten alone or with a mix of gari, also known as cassava flakes, sugar and water, popularly called gari soaking. It is also eaten with Hausa food like akamu and sometimes ground and put into salad. It is often ground and used in suya and kilishi. Aisha Abakar, a kulikuli producer, said she used groundnuts to make kulikuli and other special ingredients like onions, pepper, garlic to give it a unique taste. She also said she used to extract groundnut oil, which is used to fry a kulikuli. Bashar Kailani stated how he enjoyed eating kulikuli with gari or eating it as a normal snack.
do eat kulikuli. I enjoy eating kulikuli. I see kulikuli as a local biscuit, like a local snack. I use sometimes when I want to drink gari, I can use it to drink gari, pap, like that. I can just be munching it and crunching. It's a good local snack that we all enjoy. We from this part of the country, from the northern part of the country, we all enjoy. So it's a real good snack, and I think it's nutritious. It has nutritious value too.
This report is written by Ramotu Musa and read in our studio.
The Nigerian Education Loan Fund has announced that applications for the student loan scheme have surpassed 1 million, making one of the largest uptakes for a government-backed social intervention since the beginning of the Tinubu administration. In a statement issued recently by the Director of Strategic Communications, Nigerian Education Loan Fund, Oseyemi Oluwatoyin, said the milestone was achieved less than a year after the program was launched on May 24, 2024. According to the agency, over 116 billion naira has so far been disbursed to students across universities, polytechnics, and colleges of education in Nigeria. The agency emphasized that the student loan program is non-discriminatory, benefiting Nigerians across religious and ethnic backgrounds and helping to promote unity through equal learning opportunities. Nigerian Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority has called on investors to explore the northern region of the country for investment in energy growth. The investors in the oil and gas industry are urged to diversify operations and expand beyond the south, and southwest region of the country due to the huge opportunities northern region presents for Nigerian energy growth and economic balance, considering its population and growing demand for energy. During the OTL Africa Downstream Energy Week 2025, which ended at the weekend in Lagos, the investors were asked to rethink their business models and explore opportunities across all geopolitical zones to ensure equitable participation and sustainable energy across nationwide. The Senate President Godswill Akpabio has distanced himself from a viral social media post linking him to comments allegedly mocking United States President Donald Trump over his recent threat of military action in Nigeria, describing the statement as completely fabricated, malicious, and reckless. In a statement issued in Abuja by Akpabio's special advisor on media and publicity, SMA Ibo, following a post published by a social media platform known as Rant HQ. The controversial post had quoted Akpabio as saying, "The killing is taking place in Nigeria, not in USA. Trump should focus on US. Nigerians are not complaining about the killing and are fully satisfied with the condition of Nigeria." The statement, which quickly went viral, drew outrage online and sparked debate amid heightened diplomatic tension following Trump's remarks accusing Nigeria of widespread Christian persecution. With this, we call it a full bulletin from Niger State Television. Before we call it a day, here are the major stories once again. Niger State Deputy Governor has appealed for continued peaceful coexistence among citizens. Stakeholders have applauded peaceful conduct of local government election in Rijau. And lastly, Nigeria Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority has called on investors to explore the northern region of the country for investments in energy growth. That's it on today's news. It's been Hawa Ino Isa with the Bulletin. Do stay tuned for the rest of our programs 247. Happy viewing.